Welcome back to the channel. In this video I will demonstrate how to remove and reinstall the center wheel cap on a Chevrolet SSR wheel, at least the stock wheels, and you will see that there is a notch in the wheel cap that is used to pry the wheel cap out, and I'll demonstrate how to do that properly. And also note that there are 3 different versions of the OEM wheel cap. There is the satin silver color that was used on the original production from 2003 to early production 2004, which was different than this one. This is actually the second version of the silver that was available for these wheels that was used from approximately March 2004, which is the production month of this particular vehicle, through the end of the production run of the SSR if you have the satin color wheels. And then of course you have chrome plated wheels, you will then have the chrome version of this. But the caps themselves are basically the same. There's some small variations on the backside, which I'll mention in just a moment. But the removal steps are pretty straightforward. You use something to insert into the notch here to pry it out. To avoid damage, I use a plastic pry tool. This happens to be one from a bicycle tube tire repair kit, and it has a little curve to it which allows me to apply some pressure to the backside of the wheel cap to pry it out. But you insert it into the notch there, pry it out just a little bit, and I work it just a little bit to pry it out. And get my fingers under there, and then you can work around just a little bit to release the pressure, and that will release the wheel cap from the wheel. And you'll notice on the back side here we have the tabs that are used to hold the wheel cap in place. It has this metal ring that goes along the edge here, and that is used to keep the pressure on the tabs, to keep them behind this lip that's present here in the wheel. And so the tabs should have the metal ring inside this recess. You can see that it didn't come out like that, but it should be inside that and all the way around. And then the 2 ends are joined together by the spring to keep them basically in line. Sometimes they're not always in line like that, but that's the idea. Then on the back side of the wheel cap, we have some markings that you should pay attention to. There's an icon for a valve stem that is present here, and that means that this particular portion of the center wheel cap is to be placed in the position where that is adjacent to the valve stem on the wheel. So that way you get it aligned properly in the installed location. There are 2 different versions of as far as size of the wheel cap. There's a front size and a rear size, so make sure you only remove and install wheel caps from the same axle. So fronts go back on fronts and rears only go back on rears. And a later version of this I had from 2006, I'll show you, will have the word front actually marked on it, and has rears. The rear ones will say rear. But the important thing is to make sure that you keep track of where they came from. In this particular case, the fronts don't say that, but you should note that these are from the front. And to reinstall it, you go through and you look at the metal ring, make sure it's in the tabs all the way around. The tabs are in good condition. And if you notice here, I have some black material here, which is some soft-sided loop from industrial Velcro. This was added by myself to alleviate the condition where the wheel cap will rotate once it's installed. GM did add some material to their wheel caps late in production to alleviate that problem, or at least as a service bulletin note. So that was my solution to it here. I took some soft-sided loop portion of industrial Velcro and added it to here, and I haven't had any problems with this rotating ever since. Make sure you use material like that can take some heat, because of course you're right next to the brakes. This does get quite hot while you're driving, so keep that in mind. But make sure that's all in good condition, and it is. All the ring is in all the places on the tabs. We've identified the location for the valve stem, so that is to go here, which means it goes up here. And you begin the installation of it by gently pushing it in along the edge, and it should just snap into place like that. Do any minor adjustment necessary, and you're done. I hope you found the information in this video helpful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe. It's free, and make sure you hit that bell notifications to get notified when I upload new videos to the channel. If you have a question, comment, make sure you leave it down in the comment section. See you in the next one.